All right, I'm excited to show you all a very, very awesome lead source that I don't think get utilized enough. I get asked all the time, how do you find more deals? How can I find more deals? My market's saturated. There's too many people in my market. There's no deals out there. Guess what? There are deals out there, and we're about to show you a kind of ninja way to get deals. And we have a new thing that we're launching, that DealMachine is launching. So I'm going to introduce Matt real quick. He's with DealMachine. DealMachine is an amazing driving for dollars app. So talking about the favorite lead sources that I have, they're kind of networking and getting to know people, but you can control so much. You can only go out and meet so many people, especially with all the stuff going on. It's not as easy to go out and meet people. So if you want to take control of your lead flow and take control of your deals, you can drive for dollars. There's literally unlimited potential with drive for dollars. So I'm going to define driving for dollars, then I'm going to let Matt define it, and then we'll talk a little bit about the DealMachine. So drive for dollars is going out and finding houses that have a higher propensity to sell at a discount. If you're going in a neighborhood of 100 houses, there's only probably a couple that potentially are going to sell at a discount. And how you find those is driving around and looking for key markers on the exteriors of the homes. Is the grass overgrown? Is there a foreclosure sign on the front door? Does it look like, a bunch of mail coming out of the mailbox hasn't been opened in months? Those type of houses, while they're not guaranteed to sell now or at a discount, they're much more likely to sell at a discount than just your random house that's perfectly taken care of. How would you kind of add on that and describe what the actual act of driving for dollars is?
Yeah, I think you nailed it, Sam. I mean, it's something that's been around forever. Like the idea of driving for dollars is not new. DealMachine, the goal with it was our founder, David, was doing that. He was getting into real estate investing. He was going to his local meetups, and people were saying, yeah, you should start driving for dollars. It's the most, it's the easiest, lowest barrier way to, in your control, find these diamonds in the rough, find these properties that no one else is marketing to, and giving you a much, much better chance of landing that property because you're going up against less competition. You're not buying a list, you're creating your own original list by driving around. So he started doing that. He started writing down the addresses. He started to look for, properties that were distressed, whether it be, any of those things that you talked about, or even I know like our first hire, his first deal he got through DealMachine, they had Christmas, or they had Halloween decorations up, and I believe it was February, he said. So like things like that, just the little things to show that for whatever reason, that particular property owner just isn't keeping up with their property. So he was driving around and looking for that, and realized, man, I could make this process way easier, way faster, way much easier to look and see the data behind if this is a good property or not. And then how do I get in touch with them? How do I automate that marketing? How do I really save myself a ton of time and market to the right people? So that was what DealMachine was originally created for, and it's evolved quite a bit since then. But that was the goal: is how do we make it easy for people to start driving for dollars and give them a tool to automate as much of that as possible and make it much more efficient and effective.
I agree. And one of my favorite things, and then we'll get into DealMachine a little bit. One of my favorite things about driving for dollars is you want to buy that house because you drove it and you put it in. When we buy lists, you don't look at every property. So you could send out a property that you don't want to buy because of it's in horrible condition or horrible area. You never know exactly what big lists are getting mailed to. And then if you have like SEO or any other type of advertising out, someone could call from a horrible area or out of state even, or just not an area you want to buy. But the fact that you're driving on these specific streets that you want to own, wholesale, or flip houses on, if you get a call from this driving for dollars list or you contact that person, you want that house. You don't need to do some research to see if you want it or not. So yeah, that's kind of my favorite part about you're filtering it by hand, and you're doing it efficiently with the app. So speaking of the app, the DealMachine app has been created for several years now. There's a couple other ones out there, but this is by far the best drive for dollars app. It's created by actual real estate investors that are plugged into the investing community from around the whole country. So everything in this app is positioned and made to make your life easier, to make you find deals easier, cheaper, more effectively, more efficiently. You even get a free week trial if you use the code FasterFreedom. It'll be in the link below this video in the description. But if you download, or when you download this app, if you haven't already, just use the code FasterFreedom when you're signing in and signing up, and you get a free week trial plus 15 free deal credits, which we'll talk about those free deal credits. But basically, you get a free week and you get some free mail and some free information, and you could potentially get a deal from that. Probably not, but you potentially could. It's all about a numbers game. So Matt, why don't you kind of introduce the app a little bit and kind of just walk us through the initial how everything's set up, and then let's get into the to the new thing that you guys are launching, this messaging thing, which can really ramp up some people's deal flow.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, I mean, it is a numbers game. It's something where, we have had plenty of people start with DealMachine, and the fifth property they put in, they landed. Like we had one partner do that literally on camera, where he just started using DealMachine and landed a property on our YouTube channel. So it does happen, but I think to have long-term scalable success, it does take you getting out there consistently and building this list and reaching out to these property owners consistently. I think in general, like what makes us unique in our space as well is I would say we're mobile first. Like everything that we design is focused on the mobile app. So that way on the go, because driving for dollars is a mobile strategy, on the go, everything in the app that we've created is with that investor in mind, knowing that they're jumping back and forth from their computer, getting in their car, driving around, they have a driving team potentially, things like that. So everything we create is focused on helping you guys win, helping the real estate investor win, because, you're not going to stick with DealMachine unless you're seeing the actual investment pay off, right? So, I think our user design, like our user experience within the app we try to make it extremely intuitive. We try to make it so that it's mobile first again. And then even beyond that, our community that we've tried to build and that you guys have built with your courses and your content and partnering up with you guys has been phenomenal, because people can hold each other accountable and they can give each other tips. And, our Facebook group is super active. Our YouTube channel is super active. Your guys' content online, same thing. Anytime you sign up for DealMachine, you actually get invited to a specific training over Zoom, just like this, where we now have a full-time member trainer on our team that every single new person starting a trial gets invited to the Zoom, where we show you exactly how to use DealMachine and give you all the pro tips around it.
That's crazy. So you get it for free. You get free
new too.
And you get free training, right? All free. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So that our whole goal is to help you guys win and help you see the most value out of it possible. So I especially this new message engine feature that we're updating and kind of giving an announcement here around. That feature, we can't even unlock that until you go through the training, because it is something that is for a little bit more of an advanced investor. It's a higher price point, but it's an extremely effective route to go. So we want to make sure that you truly know what you're doing with this software, and that we're setting you up for the best success possible. So that member trainer is going to actually help you activate that and unlock it for you if you say, hey, I want to upgrade to message engine. Excited to kind of show you. I know, like you said, you covered our driving for dollars, that's kind of the approach to building your list through DealMachine, and then how you market to that list. This new feature today is going to make texting and SMS messaging way easier, and all within the app.
Yeah, I like it. Let's get into it right now. Pull up the app and show them. And the thing you said, it's a little higher price point, but I mean, we're $2,500 to $3,000 per deal. Even with all the features that are in here, you'll get deals. If you're serious about it, you will make deals each month, and it's going to cost you way less than that per deal. So anyways, show them what's up.
For sure. And the reason why it's that higher price point too is because you're getting a ton of value for your money. Like, it's something where if you're a brand new investor and you don't have barely any, and you have minimal marketing budget, you're just getting into it, like, start driving for dollars first. Start with that, go on the 7-day trial there, start building your list there, start marketing to that way. It's going to be the lowest cost way to get into it. But when you hit that stage where you're like, yeah, I really want to ramp up. I really want to ramp up my outreach. I want to do, a consistent number of deals, maybe even multiple deals a month. Like, I want to scale this, then message engine, this messaging feature is when it's going to really, really be effective for you. And, everything we've created, this is to integrate into the driving for dollars. So I'll show you here. As you're driving around, you might be familiar with our dashboard. Our map is, the driving for dollars feature that you should be used to. That's where you can drive around and start tagging properties, start adding properties to your list. When you jump into leads here, this is where it gets really interesting with the texting. So, this is the list that David has built, has been driving around, and has a team driving around Indianapolis. When you jump in here, he's got quite a few leads, so it'll take a minute to load those up. When you jump in here, you'll see if you click on a particular property now, there's a new option if you are looking to unlock message engine, is you have this messages tab down here. So you can see, I'll show that again. When you click on a particular property, hold on a second here. When you click on a particular property, you can easily go to you can see all the information around that property owner, right? You've skip traced them. You're looking at, we've got phone numbers, we've got emails to get in touch with them. The activity feed will show you, we use skip trace, who on my team is interacting with them. But this messages tab, this is where you can go in and you'll see, you can actually, text them directly from the app now. So you can send it right here, hit, test send message. You can have a variety of saved replies right here. And these are all smart field replies. So if you click on this, you'll see, is this, blank, it'll enter their name. I'm David from, here's my company. Is this your address? Thinking about selling? Like you can have a variety of different templates in here that you can just click on that and quickly, easily just hit boom, boom, send message. And you'll see, they have a couple different numbers to choose from between mobile and landline when we skip trace them. But you'll be able to easily just go in here and start just firing off text messages as an extension of your mailers, of your cold calling, of any other marketing strategy that you're doing.
So in the app, underneath each property, you can find out the owner's information. You can call them, you can email them, you can send them mail, all from in the app. And then now you can actually literally text them from the app, and it's all code compliant. There's, the mass texting things and all the, all the stuff that you hear about out there. This is all code compliant. It won't even allow you to break the law as far as sending mass texts and sending responses and all that goes into that, because there's a lot around that.
Oh yeah, there
you guys
is.
Took that all out of play, right? It's all plug and play, and it's all there. You're gonna follow the law, and you're not, you're more likely to get more responses.
Yeah, everything we've designed here is 100% TCPA compliance. And that's actually probably one of the main differentiators for us as well, is that we want to act as almost a consultant for you through this process, because every month there's new legislation, there's new things that, it's an evolving industry, really, SMS in general. So everything that we do with you is month by month, month by month, agreements, and if you sign up with it. And then as things evolve, we're going to teach you and say, hey, there's this new TCPA compliant rule here, or, hey, we need to adjust this, or, anything around that as that evolves, we're going to essentially act as a consultant for you to be able to make sure that everything you're doing is 100% compliant. So I think like the number of how often you can send messages, who you can send them to in terms of the do not call list, the hours you can send them, all these, there's a couple of the number, like rotating the number on our end of what number you're sending it from, and your call forward number. All of these things require TCPA compliance, and we've built that into the app. So that way, if you ever would do anything that normally, if you just fired off a text, would violate anything, our app's going to automatically correct that and send the message at the right time, the right frequency, to the right numbers for you.
That's incredible. There's so much value in this one little app, this little icon on your phone. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we're working on it, man.
It's not like TikTok where you just waste your time scrolling through it, right? I'm on TikTok, but it's like an app that can make you a crap ton of money. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's been fun too. Like we really, all this stuff, like texting is something we heard from you guys over and over and over again, is something that you want. I know looking at it's a 98% open rate. So the ability to get in front of people is ridiculous through texting. So that was, we heard from you guys over and over again that we need to build this into our app in some form or fashion. So we're very, very excited to kind of show off that this being the new way to go about it, either individually, or you talked about mass texting. We wanted to go about doing that the right way as well, where if you go into your leads tab, and here, I'll show you this. If you just click this, this bulk selector up here, you've always been able to send mailers in bulk, skip trace in bulk. Now you can send message in bulk, but to do it the right way, what we want to do here is you want to rotate the numbers and then rotate the number of conversation starters. And then you cannot hit one button and then blast all those texts out at once. You have to click individually. So we wanted to make that really simple and easy for you too. So if you go in here and say we have 25 leads selected, let's see, 19 of them are good. The other ones are on do not call list or their landlines. So we already automatically filter that out for you there. And then it says, okay, you need to at least select 9 replies to begin, which you can customize these replies. I'll show you that here in a minute. But I selected all of them there, and then hit start sending. And what you'll see is each individual one pop up, and you'll see here's the message you're going to send. I'm not going to actually send them. So, because these are live numbers, but if you want to just blast through and, hit them like this, you'll be able to go through all these messages extremely quickly. And every time I do that, you'll see it rotates the different message down here. It'll rotate the number it's coming from, and it'll keep going through it. So that way you can send out, 1,000 messages, TCPA compliant, to the right numbers at the right hours, at the right frequency in, a minute or two.
Yeah, that's incredible. So kind of wanted to just regroup as we move forward. I mean, there's a lot in this app. There's stuff on your guys' YouTube about this. There's you get the free Zoom training with when you sign up for the free trial. So there's a lot in here. It's actually pretty simple once you get to understand it, but you're not just left to the wolves, right? I mean, you have your YouTube, you have the actual training you get when you sign up for a free trial. All that stuff you get will walk you through and show you how to maximize each one of those little columns there on the left, and show you how to fully utilize each part of it, because each one of those was created for a reason. The leads, the driving list, the messages, mailers, all was created for a reason. And the reason is to make you as much successful, because you're going to cancel your free trial or cancel your app if you're not making money. So you guys are showing them exactly how to do it. All you have to do is go click a few buttons and go drive a little bit, and you will get deals. It's just, how many deals, how much time do you want to drive? So
yeah, so that's why this feature is so powerful and more advanced. That's why we require you to go through a training session with a member trainer before we unlock it for you, because we want you to be set up ready to go to fully leverage it. Even our basic plan with it, you get 6,000 conversations per month with it. So this is when you're doing this at scale. If you have a great lead list, a great lead flow, that's not number of text messages, that's unique conversations. So you have unlimited number of text messages. It's just you have 6,000 particular property owners per month on our basic level for message engine to be able to do this. So you can have your entire team doing it, all coordinating together on there, but you're not going to do that unless you are building the list effectively to begin with, and then are looking to take your marketing to that next level. So this is definitely a feature that, as you get out there, again, like you said, Sam, you don't want to get overwhelmed with all these options. You want to look here and see, all right, the map is for me to start driving for dollars. The leads tab is this free CRM. You'll see all of my leads accumulating here. Driving is a next level strategy for hiring a team to drive for you. List pulling is an option, and then this new messages feature. So you'll naturally, as you get in there and you start driving around, start doing your trial, you'll naturally kind of uncover each of these other layers and say, oh, now I get why this plugs in. I can use this way. But it's something where you want to start small. You want to start with just driving for dollars and building this lead list, and then upgrade to these other options when you understand, okay, here's how it builds on the other processes that I'm doing.
That's awesome. There's so much value in there. And then that message feature is, the 98% open rate. You don't get that in calls, in phone calls. You don't get that in mail. So that it's the quickest way to actually reach the person. So this is a huge feature. This is a game changer for a lot of people if they want to be serious about, actually, doing deals.
Yeah. So in this messages tab, just to kind of show you this is what ties it all together, just because it accumulates all of your messages right here. And you can actually filter it out and say, show me everything that's responded to or unread or blocked or, mentioning me or things like that. But you'll see every individual conversation going on, some analytics around it as well on, delivery success and versus, ones on the do not call list and things like that. I will point out in here really quick, you got your phone numbers you're managing. So how we mentioned, you kind of rotate through different phone numbers that you send out to stay compliant. This is where you can add more phone numbers really quickly. So you can add that $30 a month, add another phone block. If you're having issues with your particular, phone block getting, which you can see all of these are still good to go. So you can manage your phone numbers there. You can actually go in and manage your saved replies here too. So, those templates that we talked about of, clicking if I go into, say I go into this particular one and see, looks like we have an offer already there, but you can go in here and you hit add saved reply. One these saved replies right here, that's what you're messing with on, in this particular spot right here, is you can, create new templates to be able to manage your different saved replies. And to make that just save you as much time as possible with these templates. And then the conversation settings is the last bit, where you can actually turn on things like, auto skip trace, which again, you'll want to build that into your marketing budget because you know you're going to be spending 12 cents or 14 cents at a time on those. But that will save you a ton of time too if you auto skip trace each of these properties, and be able to text them right away. And this stop feature as well. This is something that may help you stay TCPA compliant as well, so you can kind of customize that as well, as long as it has the word stop in it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean it's like you said, it's literally everything you need to just go out and get rocking and rolling.
Yeah, perfect, man. So I'd say again, overview is you've got the dashboard, you've got the map to drive around, you've got the lead list you're building, and then once you're building that list, the different ways you can market either through postcard, skip trace and call them, or now go into your messages and be able to do this at scale too.
Awesome. Well, if you're not driving for dollars, you need to be out driving for dollars. And if you are driving for dollars, you need to be downloading the DealMachine app. It just makes everything easier. We use it. We have a team doing it. We get deals every month from it. So it just basically allows you to control your lead flow. If you want to buy a certain amount of houses a month, you drive for a certain amount of time and put in a certain amount of leads, and you can reverse engineer into getting deals. So this is something that is still, in my opinion, underutilized because people just don't want to get out and drive. So everyone says their market's saturated. It's not saturated in driving for dollars aspect, in my opinion. So if you want to go where someone else is not, and you want to, do it efficiently and effectively, go drive for dollars and use the app for sure.
Yeah. And I think, in general, it's saturated in the places that are really easy to just, get access to. So if you buy a list, if you, just look up, hey, show me all the vacant properties around me, like things like that, plenty of other investors can do that in a minute, and it's going to be a low barrier to entry. So yeah, that's going to be way, way more competitive. But like you said, if you're out there, if you're finding those deals that no one else has access to, that you or a team have personally validated and have found yourself and are building this original list, you're giving yourself a way higher chance to succeed, because you're creating this list that no one else has. So if you do start that trial, make sure to go through Sam's link for it, just because that's going to give you the free 7-day trial, the free deal credits to be able to start using that toward your skip tracing, toward your mailers, toward any of your marketing expenses. So make sure to go. If you do that, you're going to get a much better deal through his link than you would just going through the site.
For sure. And links in the bio there. And we end every video with a dad joke. So I'm going to do the dad joke live, and then the video's over. You ready for it?
Love it.
You got to respond to it. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up on its own?
Why?
It was too tired. Get it?
There you go. Hey, I'm a dad of 3, so I can respect that. Yeah,
there you go.
It's great.
All right. See you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Sam.